Chicago, Illinois, April 23, 2019. 46-year-old Clarissa Figueroa. She wanted another child, plain and simple. Her adult son, who was 20 years old, had died of natural causes, but she thought it would be so nice to raise another child again, even if it wasn't hers. She looked on Facebook and she found a group called Help a Sister Out. That's when she would have her opportunity. She posted, quote, "Where are the May mamas at?" unquote. That's when she would meet a very pregnant young woman who would have really appreciated the items she was offering. Marlen Ochoa Lopez was excited. She was an expecting mother. She was currently married. She was a young wife and she was still in high school. She had a 3-year-old son and she couldn't currently work. So anything that she was offered for her newborn, it would come in handy. On April 23rd, after school let out, Marlen went to meet the woman to pick up the things for her baby on the 400th block of 77th Place. That evening, Marlen had not made it home. Her family, I imagine, was extremely worried. It's been a few pregnant women in that area that have went missing. Had Marlen fallen victim? On the evening of April 23rd, around 6 p.m., a frantic woman had dialed 911. She was saying her newborn son, Xander, was in distress. He wasn't breathing. At the hospital, baby Xander was hooked up to a respiratory machine. The doctor warned things were looking grim. Clarissa Figueroa would go on Facebook and organize a GoFundMe. She even said her son was a fighter and had made it that far, but his brain wasn't functioning. They would need money for his funeral arrangements. She listed the infant's birth as April 23rd, 2019. The same date Marlen's family would list she was a missing person who was also pregnant. Marlen's friends began to look on Facebook and see Marlen had made plans to meet a woman and receive a stroller and other free items. The address was listed of where the meeting would take place. It was then reported. A search warrant was issued. Police would find Desiree Figueroa, 25, and Peter Bobak, 40, cleaning a huge area full of blood with bleach. In the backyard, Clarissa Figueroa was hosing down a rug with a big blood stain on it. Marlen Ochoa Lopez. Her body was dumped inside a trash can. She had been there the whole time, right in the back of the house. She had never left the home once she entered it. All 3 were arrested. Clarissa was given an examination. She showed no signs of having given birth to a baby, despite there had been blood on her arms and face and hands. A DNA test was done on Clarissa and also on her boyfriend. They were not the parents of this baby. Marlen had pulled up in her black Honda Civic. She would enter the house again. Nothing had happened to her the first time she came. This was her second time. She built up a trust with them. Inside the house, Marlen would sit on the couch next to Desiree. Desiree wanted to show her some pictures of her brother Xander. The music was intentionally cut up loud. Desiree would point at the pictures to distract her, and that's when Clarissa would strangle her with the coach cable. Marlen was struggling. She was trying her hardest to fight back. She managed to slip her fingers underneath the cable. That's when Clarissa would yell out to her daughter, quote, "Why are you not doing your job?" unquote. Once Marlen stopped breathing, Desiree claimed she left the room. Clarissa got the knife and she would cut the baby out of Marlen's womb. Desiree told the police that she did not want to do this. She told the police that she told her mother she did not want to do this. Clarissa's boyfriend, Peter Bobak, he even threatened to call the police, but no one had done anything. This woman was dead, and they were passing off her baby as theirs. The Lopez family at this time, they held a vigil. I could only imagine what was going through their heads to find out that this occurred. Marlen's husband, Giovanni Lopez, he got to see and hold his son. He named him Giovanni Yodel Lopez, a name that he and his wife had chose. Mr. Lopez would have to be the one to stand behind the decision to remove Giovanni Jr. off life support. He was brain dead. The family was absolutely traumatized by the action of these three monsters. To make it so bad, the Advocate Christ Medical Center would bill the Lopez family $300,000 bill under baby Figaro. Now, the hospital did waive the fee and they apologized that the bill was even sent to them, but can you imagine getting a bill for a death of your family member that shouldn't even be dead? The Lopez is a family that lost their daughter, sister, wife, mother, and their son and grandson and brother. And this family actually recently, as of March 13th, 2021, they did a drive-through, a memorial drive-through during COVID in honor of Marlen. They donated Pampers and baby wipes and supplies and baby needs. And the family now is just waiting for justice. Clarissa Figaro, Desiree Figaro, and Peter Bobak, they all pleaded not guilty. On November 1st, 2019, a little over 6 months after this family did this to this poor woman, Desiree, she actually gave birth to a baby in Strager Hospital. Now, they haven't released the gender of the infant. I'm hoping it was a boy. And hopefully, she will never see it again, just like she did this family.